She's been likened to the steamer in Fitzcarraldo, or perhaps even Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile. But unlike those cinematic apparitions, Gota Canal Cruises MS Diana is a ship you can actually experience today. That said, a 5-night Grand Canal cruise on the MS Diana is as much a journey back in time as it is a geographical voyage across and through the heart of Sweden. Diana was built in 1931 by the Finnboda shipyard in Stockholm as a combination passenger cargo steamer, measuring 31.7 by 6.8 meters, and with a draft of 2.7 meters, she measured 311 gross tons and was the maximum size to traverse the locks of the Gota Canal. Her original profile with a tall foremast was altered when her superstructure was expanded and a streamlined funnel was added that looked a bit out of place. In 1969, Diana was dieselized. In 1987, after a mishap, Diana sank at her berth in Trollhättan and was declared a total loss, but thankfully was raised and repaired instead of going to the scrappers. In the years since, Diana's stovepipe funnel has been restored and she's been refitted on a regular basis while still maintaining her vintage style. Re-engined again in 2009, she can reach a maximum cruising speed of 10 knots and now carries up to 50 passengers in 25 staterooms. In her own way, Diana has become a cultural icon by serving as the backdrop in the first of 10 popular Martin Beck detective novels called Rosanna, about an American girl who was actually murdered on board. Operated by Gota Canal Cruises, which is owned by a Finnish entity, the Stroma Group, Diana is, at a remarkable 92 years, the youngest ship in the fleet, which also includes the 1912-built WILHELM TAMM and the 1874-built Juno, the oldest active overnight passenger ship in the world. All three of these ships enjoy protected status from the Swedish government. Gota Canal Cruises range from 2 to 6 days, with the full voyage beginning or ending in Stockholm on the Baltic coast or Gothenburg on the North Sea coast. I'll cover this unique cruise experience in a companion video, but the scenery encompasses urban landscapes, Baltic archipelagos, and inland lakes, passing palaces and visiting castles and cathedrals. The canal itself has 58 locks, which opened for traffic in 1832 after 22 years of construction. 58,000 Swedish soldiers were tasked with a massive job, most of which was dug out by hand. For 87 kilometers, the canal traverses glorious pastoral scenery, and throughout the ships are greeted with much fanfare. Okay, now it's time to go on board.
Hello, welcome on board.
Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
What's your head?
Diana has 3 passenger decks, beginning at the top with bridge deck. The bridge is open on a perpetual basis for passengers to visit, and these days it sports all modern equipment. Bridge deck has 9 Category A staterooms that are accessed from the sheltered exterior promenades on either side. The largest of the Category A's, number 21, is directly aft of the wheelhouse on the port side. Like all Category A's, it has upper and lower berths, but comes with a little bit more floor space. And now for the disclaimer. The Diana has no air conditioning and none of her staterooms have bathrooms, but all have counters that open up into sinks, and bathrooms and showers are just steps away. Category A's come with a complimentary bottle of bubbly and fresh fruit. The other 8 bridge deck Category A's are a bit smaller and have an athwartship layout. All have picture windows that face the promenade. Continuing past the sheltered promenades, there are 2 separate toilets and a toilet and shower. These shared facilities are cleaned on a regular basis. Rows of rattan seating on either side lead aft to the Honesty Bar, where coffee and tea are available, along with a self-service bar with beers and soft drinks for purchase on a round-the-clock basis. Each afternoon, a fresh-baked complimentary sweet or pastry is available during tea time. This is an ideal spot for watching the passing scenery, visiting with fellow passengers, or curling up with a good read. A steep ladder-like staircase leads down from here to the next level, shelter deck. By the way, Diana has no lifts and is not an ideal ship for those with mobility issues. But she does have a wonderful open forecastle that passengers can access, weather and maneuvering conditions permitting. Just as with bridge deck, covered promenades continue aft on either side of shelter deck. The interior portion of shelter deck begins with one large combination lounge and dining room. In the forward starboard corner, there's a small library with books about Sweden and the Gota Canal, and on the port side, there's a space for cards and board games. In between the two, there's a small boutique with various souvenirs and postcards for sale. This is also where the daily program is available in English, Swedish, and German. The dining area is divided in forward and aft sections. Here and throughout the ship, the decor is full of dark wood tones and Victorian or Edwardian style soft fittings. Three meals are provided each full day on board, beginning with an excellent breakfast buffet that features an egg dish, delicious fresh baked breads, cheeses, cold cuts, muesli, cereals, yogurt, and fresh fruits. The galley is down on main deck, so all courses are delivered via a hand-cranked dumbwaiter. Lunch is a full-service 2-course affair. The cuisine is largely Scandinavian, but beautifully prepared with farm-fresh ingredients.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Cream with a waffle as opposed to waffle with cream.
Yes. Dinners include a super salad starter, a main course, and dessert, and vegetarian and other dietary preferences are accommodated.
Is it just around? Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Beautifully maintained covered promenades continue farther aft, providing access to 6 Category B staterooms that are similar to the bridge deck staterooms, if even smaller. These are best likened to train compartments. And at the far aft end of shelter deck, there's a sitting area at the foot of the stairs that lead up to bridge deck. Main deck, which is also reached via a ladder-like staircase, begins with crew quarters and features 13 Category C staterooms, most with 2 lower beds and portholes that can be opened for fresh air. Not only do these staterooms have more floor space, they have longer beds, which are more ideal for passengers over 5 foot 8 inches tall. At the aft end of the main deck passageway, there are 3 toilets and 2 showers for passengers' use. The galley, which is accessed via shelter deck, follows. Well, it looks like we've run out of passenger decks, but on the tank top level on final day, passengers do get to visit the engine room, which is where I'm going to sign off. Thank you for joining me for this look at the beautiful and historic Diana.